first guest tonight is an Oscar-winning actor who is great in everything he does. His new movie is called See How They Run. It opens in theaters tomorrow. Please give a big rock welcome to Sam Rockwell. Here and hanging out. How you doing?
All right. Just hanging out, you know.
Did you meet Beto O'Rourke?
Yeah, I met him. I took a picture for my dad, because my dad's really a big fan.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh. Has your dad met Beto?
No, he hasn't.
He hasn't, but he wanted you to take a picture.
Yeah, I sent him the picture.
Your
He's a handsome guy, Beto. He's he's a matinee idol.
Oh,
like
yeah.
a Henry Fonda type.
Hey, that's why he's here. We don't have unattractive people on the show.
I should hope not.
I know.
What's going on?
Well, you know, I'm thinking about your dad because I think you told me the last time you were here that he met his wife at a Bernie Sanders rally or appearance or something.
Yeah, he's basically a commie. No,
I see, yeah.
He's very liberal, and he taught me those values growing up and not to cross a picket line. He was a union guy. Kind of more, if you think of union, you might think of Jimmy Hoffa. He's more of the Woody Guthrie union type, you know? But he was a good father, yeah.
He's politically minded. He thinks about this kind of stuff.
He does. In fact, when I did Frost Nixon, he kind of helped me with the research, and we went and looked at the archives and listened to the tapes in D.C.
Really?
Yeah. So he's kind of obsessed with Watergate and all.
Is he really?
Yeah.
He didn't get blown out by the whole Trump thing? That's still Watergate?
Well, he's pissed about that, too. Yeah, he's pissed about that, too.
Because Watergate seems like the original King Kong compared to, Avatar 2, you know?
No, it is. And he said a lot of smart things about it to kind of educate me. And when we did Vice, too, he would talk to Adam, and, you know, he could keep up with Adam McKay.
Are these things that bored you when you were a kid, and now as an adult, you're like, oh, this is interesting?
Yeah, now it's cool. But when I was a kid, I had to go to these union picnics. I couldn't cross the picket line in my favorite movie theater.
Did your dad ever do any acting?
He did do some acting. In fact, he's in Frost Nixon, because, you know, Ron Howard he used to put his dad in the flicks, and he put his brother in the movies. And so he put my dad in the movies. And my dad had these awful Coke bottle glasses that were very 70s.
Harry Carey style?
Yeah, Harry Carey style, exactly. And he had a line, I think, and, you know.
Oh, he did?
It was fun, yeah. It was fun.
He did well?
It was very nice of Ron Howard to do that.
There's an interview you did that I want to ask you about in the Evening Standard. You said this last week. Aging sucks, man. I've got injuries everywhere. Now, where are they?
Well, you know, I got the typical after 50 tennis elbow. I don't know if you got that one yet.
Don't play tennis, but
okay, I don't play tennis either.
I want to get the first pickleball elbow. That's my goal.
Yeah, now what is that, man? I heard people are getting hurt doing that, like pulling their backs.
Very dangerous, yeah.
Because you stay still and then you go for the ball? Why is that so dangerous?
I'm going to tell you something. I've thought about playing pickleball for hours and hours and for years now. I've never actually tried it, but I think about it all the time.
I kind of want to Google a video because I'm curious about it.
Yeah.
It sounds not great.
Yeah, I can sign you up with a YouTube. You could see the whole thing. Yeah. Yeah. No, it's like I think it's like I don't know. Is it an easier version of tennis or maybe?
Yeah, I think that's
harder?
what it is. But you're still, and then you go into motion. That's why people get hurt.
But if you have a lot of injuries, you probably shouldn't be doing it. And the reason I bring up the injury is because you said you got it. Tell everyone how you got your injury.
I got an ankle thing from bad breakdancing in a club. I might have had a couple of cocktails. So I was doing a Clint Eastwood movie with John Hamm, Olivia Wilde, and Paul Hauser, and we went to dinner, and then we went to this club, and there were these kids there popping and breaking, and, you know, and I thought I could do that because I did a little bit of it really badly in high school, and so I went in and represented myself okay, and then I might have had a beer, and then I came back and did it again, and then I did the splits, and I hit my ankle on this pillar, and I was out for 3 months.
Can I go back? I want to rewind for a moment.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm imagining you in high school popping and locking. What year did you graduate high school?
Please don't imagine it.
I'm imagining you watching Breakin' 2, Electric Boogaloo, and just, you know, like
Wild
doing the
Style,
whole thing.
Beat Street. Yeah, man, I did all that stuff. Man.
Were you part of a crew?
No.
Did you have a piece of cardboard that you walked around town with?
We had the linoleum, and I would get but I didn't do sneakers. I did shoes like this.
You did?
Yeah, because I like the slide. You know, like James Brown, I like the slide. And Michael Jackson, that was that spinning stuff. And
did you do any moonwalking?
I did a little moonwalking very badly.
Okay. Yeah.
Very badly.
Now, a good talk show host would ask you to pop and lock and moonwalk and stuff like that.
Well, you have to have.
I will say, this is linoleum.
Is that slippery?
Oh, wow.
I needed my hand. You notice I needed my hand to catch myself there.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I might have pulled something.
Did you tell Clint how you got hurt?
No, I don't think. But he's a badass, man.
Yeah,
Whoa.
that's why I was thinking you shouldn't tell him, probably.
No, don't tell him about that. No, he's crash-landed planes and fallen off horses, you know.
Yeah, he's very clumsy. Yeah. I like that makes him a badass. Like, yeah, he's terrible at writing and things. And on things, too. This new movie that you're in, you play, and you correct me if I have any of this wrong. You play, well, first of all, you're playing an Englishman, an English person, which means you have to do an English accent.
Yes.
Which means, do you have one English accent, or do you go around the regions and decide where your character
You have to get specific, but it might start around the region. We went very posh, and then we went very Cockney, very East End. I had 2 dialect coaches, and they both helped me. And then you kind of mix them together. And Martin Friedman actually taped some vowel sounds for me, and Eddie Marsan taped my lines. You know,
Really?
Eddie Marsan, who's on Ray Donovan, great actor.
Oh, yeah. When Martin Freeman is Bilbo Baggins.
That's right.
Right.
And he and I did Hitchhiker's Guide, so I knew Martin, and he just taped some vowel sounds for me and stuff.
So you called your English friends and said, give me some vowels? Yeah.
Exactly. But I might return the favor. You know.
Yes, well, sure, perhaps, yeah.
You never know.
And then you also play an alcoholic. Who was your drinking coach for?
Good question. No, actually, you know, my acting teacher, William Esper, who passed away, he said, if you're going to play a drunk, go to a bar and drink coffee or Coca-Cola and watch drunks. You don't get drunk on a set. I just want to make that clear.
Yeah.
To all the young acting students out there. But it's fun to play drunk. You have to be very,
What
relaxed.
is your method? Because I've heard people say to play drunk, you pretend you're not drunk or whatever.
Well, that's part of it. There's some tricks you could do. You can kind of balance one way and try to walk a straight line. There's some stuff like that. There's something called indirect, where you kind of look this way, and then you can look that way. There's some tricks like that. But there's also like this thing called sloth, where you get really relaxed, and it's like, and I actually did it to prepare for this drunk scene I had with Ray Liotta in a movie, and he said, the great Ray Liotta.
Yeah, sure.
He said, it was amazing. And I was doing all these kind of relaxation things on the floor and trying to get relaxed, and he was looking at me, he's getting mic'd, and he's like, hey, Daniel Day-Lewis, come here. And I was like, okay, here we go. And he's like, show you a trick. He just says, right before the yell action, just go like this. And then stand up really quick.
And that's how you do it.
You get a little dizzy, and that's a trick you can do. Yeah.
Wow. It's a good trick.
The great Ray Liotta. There you go.
The sarcastic Ray Liotta.
Yeah, exactly.
We have a clip. Do we need to set this clip up? I know it's you and Saoirse Ronan.
Yeah, it's me being a drunk detective, and she's being very,
Buttoned down.
Buttoned down, yes.
Here we go. The movie is called See How They Run.
Least we can do is talk to this other party.
Yes, sir. Cocker Norris, sir.
Tell me, did you write everything down in that little notebook?
Only if it's important, sir.
How do you know if it's important?
Well, I'll just sort of put everything in as we go, and then down the line, when we know what's important, we'll know that it's already in the notebook.
So you do write everything down?
Yeah, everything.
That's Sam Rockwell and Saoirse Ronan in See How They Run. Well done. Fun. It opens in theaters tomorrow. Thank you, Sam Rockwell, everybody. Thanks, Sam. We'll be back with Beto O'Rourke.